Hey guys, this is Manshark Sub LPs. I'm Sub, this is Crusader Kings II, and this is Millennia in the Making episode 24. We're playing as King Ludolf of Bavaria, son of the late King Otto of Bavaria, formerly Duke of Brunswick, formerly Duke of Saxony. And we're currently at war with some people, it's kind of incidental. We're at war with a lot of these Slavic guys, because we're having a holy war for Mecklenburg, which will be these two provinces here when we get it. Excuse me. We're also in a war as an ally with Caliph al-Mutaz, and that's because we're allies to the Basilius, which is the emperor of the Byzantine Empire, for that land there. More correctly, that land there. Because it's a de jure thing, so the Byzantines are looking at getting this bit, which would be good for them. And they will probably get it from just looking at all of the troop numbers here. Now, before we go on, I'd just like to mention that there were some issues with episode 22, I believe. I'm recording this the day after because I recorded episode 22 yesterday as well as 23, but YouTube didn't like me uploading them both at the same time and seems to have refused to convert 22 to high definition. I'm currently re-uploading it with the hope that it will do that if it's handling it by itself. So if 22 was in 360p, I am very sorry about that, but I haven't managed to get it to work. If it's in high definition, that's great, and good on YouTube for getting its act together there. But yeah, basically, if 22 was in standard definition, I apologize for that. I'll try to prevent that from happening in the future, though honestly, I've got no idea how the fuck that works. Like magnets or something, I guess. So, thanks for bearing with it. If it was in standard definition, I understand that it's kind of hard to see what's going on in it, because, this is a fairly detailed map. But, 23 managed to do high definition, so fuck knows what's going on there, and I'm just hoping that it all worked out. Anyway, let's get on. So, we're currently in this little war. We're just besieging the citadel of Wellegrad here. We're slowly progressing that along. The Pomeranians are they're all heading up to this province here, Rastiku, because they figure that they can't really attack us in Wellegrad just yet. They don't have the numbers. So they're going to sit up in the other county, which is part of the war goal. That's fine. They can do that as much as they want. I'm not particularly concerned. Duke Luitpold now favours himself... Who the fuck? Luitbert now favours himself as the heir to the Kingdom of Bavaria. Who are these people? Okay, he's the Duke of Carinthia. That is very odd how we've just gotten these guys popping in as... It must be because he's Duke of Carinthia. Right. Because he's Duke of Carinthia, he has a vote in the electoral monarchy of Bavaria, because Carinthia, as you can see down here, is de jure part of Bavaria. So what we would want to do is take the rest of his land off him. We do not currently have an ability to get the Pope to give us a claim on the title for... he likes the current Duke. That's a huge... it's not a huge penalty, -30, it's alright, but for 480 months, that's 40 years? Yeah, that's 40 years. It's bizarre. No, there's some things there that I didn't know about. We can get him to try and nominate a bishop, or we can try and get him to send us some money in exchange for piety. That's kind of cool. So there's a few more things on hand to getting the Pope on board. We've got some threats. Let's just have a look at our factions. Yeah, okay, so this is beginning to get into a bit of an issue. The Duke here doesn't like us. That's fine. The issue is that some of our other guys don't like us, which is beginning to get a bit... The strength of this faction is getting a bit high. It's 47.5%. We can handle that for the moment. So let's continue with this war. Ideally, one good battle would see us win it. I honestly think we've won it already. It's just this guy hasn't quite realized that. Actually, if we take this citadel, it'll remove that 5%, the current 5% ticking war score from the High Chief. So that'll put us at 90% war score, and we'll get whatever percentage that we get for holding this castle, which might be enough to throw us over, and if not, this city and bishopric or temple probably will. So we just want to keep an eye on that for the moment, and wait. While we wait, I divorced my second wife, who we were married for 3 years, and she gave me this lovely child, Prince Ulrich, and Prince Brunhild. And we divorced her because I saw an opportunity to marry Princess Sophia of the Byzantine Empire. Previously, we also married her brother, Prince Basilius of the Byzantine Empire, to my daughter, Prince Hedwig. So it's going to be a little bit of a tangled tree there, but nothing incestual, I promise. Anyway, we've done this because she's third in line to the Byzantine throne, after Marukius and Basilius himself. There we go, we've got a message that there is a dangerous faction. And yes, there certainly is. Balls. Alright. They've got a 83.1% of my men. That's partly because some of my men are being attrited, and we've lost some due to the actual battles which took place. So ideally we want no more battles. What we're going to do is give Duchess Dorithia here the honorary title of High Almoner. We're just trying to get her out of a faction. We could give her a little bit of money, but it's not really going to change things. There's honestly nothing that we can do, apart from giving her money, that would be sensible to up her opinion of us. We can't really increase this guy's opinion without screwing over our own base, which is unfortunate, but it's just how it is. What about this guy? His opinion will slowly increase on us, but, you know, I'm not terribly concerned about him, and I'm not terribly concerned about the Duchess here. Okay, well, we're currently plotting to kill the... Oh, wow, that's timing. My co-conspirator, Livia, this one here, has managed to get one of the maids near Prince Mauritius. If we remember, Prince Mauritius is a fairly young child. For a princely sum, which we don't have to pay, she has agreed to solve our little problem for us. Fabulous! So, hopefully he gets murdered and nobody works out that it was us. That would be the optimal thing. Yeah, we're getting a couple of, well, we got another faction turning up. Apparently this guy likes the Italian guy better. Which is, well, he's not Italian. Let me just check this. Can we... No, because he's currently vassal as to King Adalbert here. We're not able to break that. Okay, so now we're having a bit of an issue here where people are turning away from voting for Prince Guntram as King of Bavaria. That's an issue. We currently got equal support here. I think that Duke Wilhelm will stick with us. Let's just see. Duke Wilhelm, where are you? Duke Wilhelm. Ah, there he is. Only 54. That's not very good. I'm not very happy with that, but, well, I guess we just got to deal with it. And hopefully we won't have some sort of... Okay, there's a good point. The Duchess Drufia has left the Duke Ernst for Bavaria faction, so that's good. The problem is that she is still voting for him, so that's not good. Luckily we have the deciding vote. These guys are moving down to Dimmen for some reason, and then they're going to sit there and fake a few moves. Okay, excellent, excellent. King Ludolf of Bavaria succeeded with a plot to kill Mauricius Macedon. Ah, and even better, success! Mauricius was smothered with a pillow by the maid we had bribed. She wasn't caught, and no one has any reason place blame on me. That's a bit of a typo there. No one has any reason to place blame on me. This world is too cruel for children. He died in a suspicious accident. Now let's see what's happened here. Excellent, so now Sophia is second in line. We don't actually want to mess with that for a little bit. Because if she becomes first in line, they may say, oh, well, we can't betroth her regularly to you. She must be matrilineally, betrothed or something. Because they can still turn down the actual marriage part. So, we really can't plot against this guy. We're terrible at plotting against this guy because he has such a high intrigue. And I guess everybody likes him. Which is an issue. I'm sure we'll find a way to deal with him in the future. How old is he? 17. Not great. For him. I mean, for us. It's good for him because it means he'll last. Okay, so these guys are threatening to move into Brandenburg for reasons. We could go and fight them, but I'm kind of a bit wary of these factions now. So, we're going to sort of stay away from doing that for a while. Oh, wonderful! Okay. My liege, peace be with you. I have discovered a plot where Morgan Mac Girac, which is this fellow, our rival, if you will, seeks to kill King Ludolf of Bavaria. That's me! So, he wants to kill us, does he? He will not end his plot. Let's see how much, how he's going there. Alright, so he's got a few people in line. My sister and one of my courtiers. So what we do here is we say, you, stop backing his plot. She will. See, we can't order him to end his plot because he is in another court. And you, stop backing the plot as well. And this is just something we need to keep on board. They'll leave that plot and the power will go down considerably. And at that point we'll ask him to, well, we'll try and ask him to abandon the plot, and he may do it because he lacks power. There we go, they're both tapped out. End your plot? Nope, still won't do it. We could try and murder him, but we don't have very good chances there. We can't even request his excommunication. Oh well, But most importantly, his plot power is at 16%. He may just abandon that because he's going to realize that, hey, it's kind of hard to assassinate this king guy. I hope he abandons it. It would be really rough for me to die from an assassination. We still have some threats popping up. Just faction leaders and members and all that sort of stuff. Very wary of this independence faction, led by the Prince Bishop of Bremen. Still, in a few years, I think it was 2 years from now, that penalty that we got for increasing crown authority should go away. So, that's immediately wonderful. Okay, so these guys are besieging the citadel of Brandenburg, but they won't be able to take it before we take Wellegrad here. So that's good for us. Let's unpause the game so we can actually get some progression here. The majority of the population of Altmark has been converted to the Catholic faith. So we gain 15 piety, and the Pope likes us a little bit more. Woo! The Pope has also expelled the Jews. Really, dude? I mean, I know I can't really complain about that. I did it all the time, but fucking whatever, I guess. Alright, so, there's no point in having our bishop proselytize in Altmark anymore, but Brandenburg is still Slavic, so we'll send him there. There we go. It's a lot easier to convert pagan provinces to, one of the Abrahamic religions than it is, for example, to convert one of the Abrahamic provinces to a pagan religion, just because of how the pagan religions work. They start unreformed, which means they're kind of a loose collection of faiths and beliefs and all that sort of stuff. And they do get these decisions where if they hold their holy sites and have enough moral authority and other conditions, they can reform their religion, which gives them a head of religion. We've won the war for Mesopotamia. That will end soon, and that's fine. There we go. What I say. So, you can see here the Byzantines have picked up these provinces. That's great. That's, good on them. Does he still like us a lot? Yeah, because we still honoured the alliance, even though we're no longer in the war. Another another fortunate thing that I've noticed is Basilissa Eliadora here is 40 years old. She doesn't have any plus fertility traits. She is very unlikely to have any more children. That is very good for our little plans here. And the Basilius also has no plus fertility traits. In fact, he has a negative fertility trait. So that's good. The other problem may have been that Basilius here could have, impregnated his wife. She doesn't have any positive fertility traits. He does. He's strong, plus 10, but he's also chaste, minus 15. That's fine. And they have a lovely daughter. My granddaughter. That's right, she's actually my daughter. We still can't really plot his murder. He's just too good for us to kill. That can change, though. See, he doesn't have any vassals or anybody. People like him because, it's fine. If the Basilius dies, then he'll get a lot of people who don't like him because he'll be in charge and he'll be a new ruler, and we may be able to plot his murder at that point. Hedwig Lodofinger, our wife, has become Mysticus for Basilius Mac. Okay, so this guy's just gotten a title. County of Gilead, or something. And she... If our daughter liked us a bit more, we could probably get her in on some plots. And that would be very good. So, marrying her off to him was a very good decision. Let's check that out. We're going to just spitball this. Yeah, so she doesn't like him. She doesn't not like him enough to get on board. But if she did, she'd give us 60%. Which, yeah, we still couldn't make it. So, let's just get rid of that. There's no point in having a plot around if you can't execute it. Come on. Just waiting for this siege. Anyway, the entire aim there is that we will eventually control the Byzantine Empire. It may not happen. Just fair warning there, it may not happen. Bad things can happen. We lost a few of the besiegers at Brandenburg. No, they lost a few of the besiegers at Brandenburg. And, let's see, we still can't move these guys, this separate army out. So we are still losing some men, which is annoying. One of our bishops died, that's fine. We have inherited the county of Plauen from Count Meinhard of Plauen. Where the hell was Plauen? Okay, it was that one. Okay, so that's another piece of Saxony that we've got. It's not a great piece of Saxony. So I'm gonna have to give something away because I'm at 6 of 5. And we do have some title loss. Apparently. I think that's an erroneous message. That's fine. Who has claims? All of these fellows. Nobelsdorf. Alright, let's see if any one of our children should get this particular thing. Yeah, so we're just kind of having a little bit of a click around. I haven't betrothed her to anybody yet, that's fine. Alright, let's see if there are any good German Catholics. I'm not going to give it to Gerlach. If I give anything to Gerlach, I'll... You know what? Yeah, okay, when this war is over, we're going to be giving Gerlach Ostfriesland. That will let him form the Duchy of Gelre if he so chooses, and it'll get rid of those damned Vikings. Sort of. It'll be somebody else's problem. And that's fine. He really doesn't like us because we murdered close kin. Right. Fair enough, kid. I don't care. You're gonna marry my daughter and you're gonna like it. Even if she has 5 chins. We got a lot of money out of that inheritance, by the way. That's actually exceptional. But first of all, it's time to marry our blushing bride. Let's just check her out. Okay, she's not great, but we're not marrying her to... she's kind of annoying that she got the chaste trait from somewhere. We're not marrying her because of her looks. We're marrying her to get 124 prestige, and more importantly, in 9 days. Excellent! The Basilius likes us even more now. Look at that, 91! That's exceptional. Even though we murdered one of his children and weren't found out. Let's have that marriage offer come in. Or marriage acceptance. There we go. King Lloydolf and Princess Sophia have gotten married. We can collect a royal aid duty to pay for the ceremonies. Yes, we gain 47 gold. No, we get 200 prestige. We're taking the gold. Yes, he accepts that. Sophia Macedon has arrived. Wonderful. Sophia. No, she will not convert religions. We can give her 20 gold. Will you convert religions now? No. What if we give you the... No, we can't give her the honorary title of court jester. It'd be nice if she was Catholic and not Orthodox. But, you know. Whatever. I think we're fine on that thing. We will make the babies. You will give me the babies. I am a very fertile, strapping man with 3 chins, and you will give me the babies. But in the meantime, we have war. Almost got it. You can see our war score has fallen considerably just because of that ticking war score. But, there we go. What'd I tell you? That was going to happen, and wow. We actually got 21% for the occupation. So, let's declare victory. Done. Now we have a little bit of an issue with, well, too many provinces and stuff. You can see we gained a lot of titles. Some of them not appropriate for our position, so let's just get rid of those ones. Using the same old right click and create new vassal method. So now we are only 3 over. First thing we're going to do is give Ostfriesland away to Count Gerlach. There it is. Ostfriesland. Done. Good on him. We're going to have to find him a wife at some point. Can we arrange a betrothal for him? Apparently not. What about a marriage? No. Huh, that's weird. Oh well. Now we have 2 more provinces to give away. Rostock and Mecklenburg. Let's just get rid of any... Yep, there we go. We now have the option to hold a grand tournament if we so wished. We do not wish to do that at this stage. We do have reasons for that. We've got to find someone to give these provinces to. We have to do this. We need somebody who likes us, who is not Gerlach, but who is a good German. I'm pretty sure this guy's Bavarian. Nope, Bohemian. Eh. Not Donald. What's this guy? Leopold. Oh. He would make a good vassal. He was married to our wife at some point. Pretty sure that was our wife. I'm not totally sure about that actually. Grant landed title. Mecklenburg. Wonderful. And you can also have... Get out of that. You may... no, let's marry him to someone. Princess Clara, perhaps? What we should have done was matrilineally marry him to Princess Clara before anything. So we're going to hold her. And we're going to marry him to somebody who we don't particularly care about. Yes, let's marry him into a member of his own dynasty. That couldn't go bad at all. Do it. Now let's find another charming individual who we can attempt to give stuff to. Fyodoric already has a wife, but he is also content. So, yeah, you know what? We'll grant him the title of Count of Rostock. Good work, gentlemen. Now, that's just telling us that our bastard nephew has made Ostfriesland his primary county, not Freiland. That's fine. Now, what we could do, if we so wished, would be to create the Kingdom of Pomerania. That's going to cost us 312 gold. We may have other things to spend this money on. See, we can't plot this guy's murder, but we could try and assassinate him for 450 gold. This would have a 19% chance of succeeding and a 61% chance of being found out. If we sent our spy master there to build spy network, we would increase the chance of assassination by 5.5%. That's terrible. That's going to give us like a, well, what, a 25% chance of assassinating the bloke. If it was really, really critical, and I'm not recommending this as a fair way of play, but if you are kind of on the verge of losing and all that sort of stuff, save the game, spam assassinations at somebody until they die. Because 450 gold is a lot. We can't just keep spamming those at people without, refreshing. But we're not going to save scum. So we're just going to hold off on that. Because 450 for a very slight chance is not great. Just not great at all. And the next highest bloke, or the highest bloke, because Maid Lambert here isn't our best intriguer, is 13 points, so that would only be 6.5 extra. Which, really, sort of thing? We can form the Duchy of Brandenburg. We can't form the Duchy of Mecklenburg just yet. Let's get our troops down first. We can't look at any wars or anything like that until we get them down and tell them to go away. And we'll just keep God's chalk there for reasons. Yeah, this vassal thing with the elective monarchy isn't going great for us. They've got 40.3% of my men. That's gone down, I think. Excuse me. Huh. Apparently it would not be in Count Leopold's best interest. He's already found another wife. Alright, that's fine. And barracks have been built in Plauen. Cool. Yeah, I think we're going to use that money to upgrade our levy size here. Just to get us another keep. Or another stage of keep. Yeah, that's... jeez. If we do that, we basically use up all our money. We won't have the assassination options anymore. This guy's still trying to kill me. Dude. Stop trying to have me killed. It's very simple. Who are these people? Nobody important. Yeah, okay, so we've run into a bit of a choice here. Whether we upgrade our own holdings or whether we take the Kingdom of Pomerania as a title, which gives us claims on all of this land here without having to draw people into holy wars, which can get clumsy. Excellent. Donald is doing a very good job, and now the Basilius has a maximum opinion of us. For the moment. So, what we're going to do is find out who his most powerful dukes are. Well, all of them like him. Well, most of them like him a fair amount. Let's keep our Chancellor there for the moment. And what we're also going to do is send our spy master to build a spy network in... Hang on. Get out of it. I need to check where this guy is. He is the Count of Kiliot over here. That's his only holding, so we're going to send our Chancellor there. We're going to send our spy master there, building spy network, as opposed to scheming. Now what this does is this, well, you can see the chances there. We can uncover corruption or spread rumours, and it gives us the additional chance of assassinating people. Now see, if we came up here and said assassinate, see we're at a... it has not increased yet. Wonderful, you won't back this asshole's trying to kill me scheme. It might be because he's currently leading these troops that we're not getting the increased assassination attempt. And the problem is that if we're discovered, people can start offering... Like, if we're discovered, his liege lord, who is currently his dad, would get a free assassination attempt on me. Probably at a much better, ability because his spy master is just exceptional. So that's a problem with paying for it. And I'd also like to have a, son with this thing. However, Theodora, oh, that's my stuff. Theodora here, where are we? This one is third in line. She is my sister-in-law. Let's just see. Ulrich is my dear son. No, we prefer a matrilineal marriage and too young. We could matrilineally do it, but that's not really a thing. So we're going to also monitor Princess Theodora Macedon. Just in case. We'd like to marry her to a Littlefinger normally. I can't sit around on all this money forever, so... we're going to create the kingdom title. So, there we go. We are now the King of Pomerania. Which is also, apparently... See, here we go, we can swap between the two laws. The reason why you get different selections down there is because this is our primary kingdom, so we get all the feudal city and church levy and taxation stuff. Whereas over here, it started at low authority, which is good. Over here we can only change the crown laws, which are inheritance. Well, the crown laws are authority and investiture, and the inheritance issue. So, we need to nominate somebody. I'm thinking Guntram. Is he still our nominal heir? Yep, sure is. Yeah, let's nominate Guntram, I guess. How is he going? 31, stressed. Holy warrior. What's my son like? We can always change our vote. Like, that's a thing. Get out of that. Get out of that. I want to nominate Guntram. There we go. He is my heir. And also we could change the succession laws if we so wished. We can also increase the crown authority of Pomerania to medium, which will be handy when we start revoking infidel titles. But in the meantime, we don't have to worry about that. However, you can see we now have de jure claims on these places, which brings them... It doesn't give us the counties, it brings them into our kingdom. Which, isn't the greatest of things, but if we go up to medium crown authority in that area, then we'll be able to revoke their titles for free. Like, it won't cost us anything. So yes, we're a double king. How about that? Duke Luitpold. Let's see who our electors are in this. Oops, there we go. So, yep, Luitpold is an elector in Pomerania. Wilhelm is only in Bavaria. Dorithia is Bavaria. Ernst is Bavaria. And do we only have one other elector count? I wonder if we can see who our elector counts actually are. But yeah, I think we only have two elected dukes, sorry. I think we only have one duchy here. In, what, Messian? So we only have one other elector duke. That's kind of cool. So that's one way to maintain control over everything. Duke Luitpold now favours himself. Okay. We can't even kill him. That's a shame. What we will eventually do is take more of these Italian provinces. I wonder, do we still have a truce with the King of Italy? Yep, still for another 4 years. God damn. But the aim there will be 2 more of these provinces down here, and we'll be able to just usurp the Duchy of Carinthia, which will be important, because it'll stop a foreign guy having any sort of say in who runs our country. Got a lot of weak claims that we could press. Luxembourg, Metz, Cleve. The Duchy of Brunswick. Oh, well that's interesting, isn't it? King Arnulf has a lot of allies. He's also at war with somebody. West Francian Revolt. This would be kind of sketchy, I feel. He might be able to call in his allies to join our... Like, if we go to war with him. None of his allies can currently join the current war because he's an ally in that war. And I think most of them are already in that war. So, I would love to have Brunswick back. I'd absolutely love to have Brunswick back. Who currently holds the damn title? This kid. Ah, jeez. Gonna be really rough to go to war with East Francia. Because again, Karling Europe. Hi. All of this stuff. That's kind of cool. The Capets are getting up in West Francia. That's the revolt that they're all involved in. We gotta do this. We have to do this. Okay, we're going to set our tax guy, our steward, to raising taxes. and hopefully that will dramatically increase our income. Because, well, this is going to be expensive. I'd really like to have that additional point there. But anyway, I guess we're going to do this. And you know what? We're going to call on some allies. So, let's just hope that we can do this nicely. I'm only going to be able to call on one ally, but that's fine, that's fine. Okay, enough talking. The nominal Duchy of Brunswick, or de jure Duchy of Brunswick, is this area here. However, if we do declare this war, we've got to declare it on King Arnulf here, we will be taking, yep, all of that. So that's the war goal. If we occupy all those five counties, we'll own the place. And we'll also be able to press a de jure claim on Oldenburg instead of a claim for somebody else that we were talking about last episode, or the episode before that. Yeah, okay. We're gonna have to do this. There's a lot of claims. No, that's kind of expected from a Karling. Alright, so we're going to move our guys down to Altmark with the expectation of moving them straight into Lundberg as we declare war. We're having a banquet, so let's involve our good friend Duke Leutpold. Little nervous about this because, well, Karlings. Yeah, we're getting the decision to hold a grand tournament. We're not going to do that. Okay, yep, Duke Leutpold showed up, and we're getting plus 15 opinion both ways. Just, you know, random little event for him being a friend. 24th of June, so we declare on the 23rd. It's a real Pearl Harbor situation here. Come on. 23rd. There we go. So, if we fail at this, we have to pay the guy 344 gold and we lose our claim on Brunswick. We're going to lose it anyway if we died and didn't press this claim. However, if we make a white peace, I believe that we then pass on the claim. But we don't want to make a white peace. We want to win this. Because that house crest, look at it. Look at that house crest. It's just lazy. It's sort of red on one side, a yellow on another. One of my friends called it a condiment crest because you've got ketchup on one side and mustard on the other. It's like the hot dog of crests. It's trashy. It's terrible. I hate this crest so much. Right, so we got a war. We're going to call in our good buddy, the Emperor of the Byzantine Empire. He should accept. He's got a +1. And he is involved in another war, but it's a very minor sort of thing. Send. And let's get our troops up. Okay, so we no longer have any troops up here in Gelre because we don't have any, personal holdings up there. So we're going to send them all up to Lundberg. Now, we're also going to do something a little bit not smart and raise up vassal levies. Just to try and get a bit of a advantage at the start of the war. Everybody is going to Lundberg. We're making a nice big stack. And he would like us to get involved in the war for Aleppo. We're fine with that. If we turned it down, he might say, oh, well, I'm not going to turn up to your war then. I would really like a response from him about that, though. Are you still considering? 8 days. Alright, that's cool. So you can see we've got a lot of armies showing up here on the outliner. Outlier, or whatever they call it. What do they call it? Outliner. That's all going to vanish as soon as we combine them into the one army. So, it's fine. Of course, yes, dear son-in-law, may you live in harmony and contentment. Of course I will honor my obligation and answer your call to war. Lol, 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 lol. Okay, so all of these blue guys here, these are my allied troops. He's also involved in his own little war for Aleppo down here, which is this area here. But he doesn't need to send all his troops down there to deal with that. He could send some up here to help me. Particularly considering that while he says, oh, you're far away, this is the Byzantine Empire down here. He's a couple of provinces away. So, you know, if he doesn't help me out, I'm going to be pissed. But you can also see, do we have a malice there? Yes, minus 25 for calling into war. However, we're still capped at 100 because, you know, we're such bros. He's got a better beard than I do because I have this little sort of mask raccoon shit again. But, you know, we're still bros. Well, he's my father-in-law. I'm trying to bang his daughter. Get us some children. Come on! Stop being chaste. We're married, you're supposed to have sex. In, you know, 9-10. So, we just gather all of our troops up, besiege these places. We're easily progressing the siege. Not very quickly. It has quite a number of troops there. But the idea here is that East Francia, which I should have actually checked this earlier, East Francia probably doesn't have much in the way of men, whereas the Byzantine Empire has 21,000. So East Francia has just under 5,000. We have just over 5,000. Well, just under it. Over it, including our retinue, we've got like 6,000 or so troops. So that's good for us. Now we don't have to deal with any of that pagan bullshit about supply limits or any of that sort of stuff. The Chancellor of Thuringen, Bishop Heinrich, has bribed and threatened his way through my domain to get a claim for a title for Count Adalbert of Thuringen. So if we check here, Count Adalbert has a weak claim on the Duchy of Thuringia. I don't have that title. I don't know what he's doing. He's probably trying to get a claim on one of these two places. Which, you know, whatever. Alright, so because, again, we're trying to increase our learning, that's our ambition right there, philosophy is not quite as popular these days as it was in classical antiquity, but you have found an old scholar who was willing to share his knowledge with you. Under his tutelage, you gained the works of Plato, Socrates, Aristotle, and other philosophical giants. I know that I know nothing. +1 learning. That's good. Just slowly increase that stat. And yes, Adalbert has gone ahead and made a strong claim on the county of Plauen, despite having nothing more than a laughable and obviously fabricated document to back it up. So we get an opinion malice against him, that's fine. And he now has a strong claim on Plauen, but that claim cannot be inherited unless he declares war. And, you know, either draws a white peace. Because in the event of a loss for him, then I would force him to give up his claim. So this war is continuing nicely. He hasn't called in any of his allies. He can call in the three kings of Orient R and the petty king of Wessex. That's alright. He can probably, he could probably call them all in on me because they like him more than they like me. He may not be able to call in the West Francian though, because the West Francian just has a negative opinion of him altogether. So that's alright. We'll just see how this goes. We're hoping for a nice quick war. The quicker the war, the less chance of people being called in, sort of thing. So yeah, we're basically gathering our entire army in one spot. And that's so that if they show up with any of their armies, who should currently be engaged over here in the West Francian revolt, which is going quite well for the King of West Francia, so, you know, not great for us. I'd like that revolt to drag on a little bit longer if it could. Tie up some armies, that sort of thing. The quicker we occupy places and take them, the better for us. I think we've got maybe 10 minutes left on this episode. I probably miscounted that. We are slowly losing money, but not as much as in previous wars. And in 2 days we'll have all our troops gathered. There we go. Done. So that siege is progressing quite nicely now. We're still not going to assault it because we only outnumber them 6-1. Is this army coming up towards me? No, it's going down there. He's probably going to try and win this battle first. Or this war first. And you know, I guess that's fair enough. Pay attention to your own wars before you help out your good, poor son-in-laws. Ah, such drama. After we hit this one, we're going to head up to... After we, take the entire province, we're going to head up to Chile. Because... Yeah, we're going to head up to Chile because it has less guys. And then we're going to come over to Osnabrück because it's headed by a temple, or a bishopric. And that'll be, well, hopefully the war. There we go, the King of Wessex, this dude, has come into the war. That's fine. He's over here. He's so unimportant. They do have boats, I think, but, yeah, check that. There we go. Yeah, they do have some boats, because they've got a port. Actually, no, that's wrong. That's completely wrong. The shipyard is what gives them boats. So they may not have any boats, which I would find kind of amusing. Because, well, they don't have any boats. How are they going to get across the channel? It's not like there's a tunnel under it or something. Yes, the Channel Tunnel was built in the year 19... Well, that's wrong. I don't actually know when the Channel Tunnel was built, so I'm going to say that the Channel Tunnel was built in the year 1142. And let's just accept that. So we're really just scrolling around and keeping an eye on what we can see, just to make sure that we're not surprised by an army or something like that. The war for Aleppo is coming along quite nicely. It's actually good for us because, let's just go to the Independent Realms map. The Byzantine Empire owned Jerusalem. So what I'm hoping that they're doing is trying to just push down the coast here and unite it all. That would be good, because then if we actually do manage to correctly execute this gambit and become the emperor of the Byzantine Empire somehow, well, we'd gain a lot more land. Unfortunately, it will be religiously fragmented. To begin with, most of the Byzantine lands are Orthodox, not Catholic, so we might try to convert ourselves to Orthodoxy, which may not work, or we may try and slowly convert everybody there to Catholic. Or we just deal with it, sort of thing. Okay, this siege is coming along nicely. 5 more ticks. We should have it, so 60 days. Should be 40 something now. Yep, very nice. And we have not seen hide nor hair of the East Francian army. Had a message there that the Lords of Rostock have changed their laws somewhat. That's fine. Factions are still a thing. The main danger here is if our army gets smashed by like all of Karling Europe, then well, we'd have to be careful of factions. Because the factional armies certainly aren't smashed. We're also still losing opinion. That's alright. We can deal with that. And we're making a very slight amount of money. That's great. That's probably because our retinue finished reinforcing. Speaking of which, how are we doing? Yeah, still a little shy. Oh no, we could get another skirmish retinue. We already have plenty of skirmish retinues. Let's hold out for another shock retinue, I think. I think that's right. Can I check that somehow? Eh. Whatever. But yeah, I'd like another shock retinue. That'd be great. Okay, I'm going to take this castle and then just check out what the progression would be on the city of Bardowick. So we've come home, babies. We're at Lüneburg. Wonderful. We got 12.9 gold out of that. And yeah, really quick sieges on the on the city and presumably on the bishopric as well. So we're going to end the episode there. We got 6% war score out of that, I think. Yep, 6.77 war score. And we've prevented them from getting a ticking war score, so let's call it there. We'll come back next episode to try and finish up that war, and hopefully in our favour. So, yep, as usual, if you've got any questions, feel free to ask them. Any comments, leave them alone, you know. Well, not leave them alone, leave them on the video or something like that. I'd love to hear from you guys. Yeah, like it if you liked it. Give me a subscribe if you'd like to see more of this kind of thing. Or if, you know, you approve of the way I'm going about murdering 4-year-olds. And, yeah. I've been Sub. You've been yourselves. Later.